Say it again.
These devices are used all the time.
Well, their use all the time is irrelevant to needing an expert to testify on that.
Absolutely. I absolutely appreciate your tenacity. I have done everything in my power not to revoke his bond. He is on bond for a DWI in another county. He picked up a DWI here. He's had not one violation. On the first violation, I didn't take him in. He had a second violation. I didn't take him in. Now he has a third violation. It would be unreasonable for me not to. I told you that there was no tolerance in this case. You yet refuse to comply with bond conditions. I find and we're here now due to Mr. Kabir having a bond violation. This is our third bond violation report that we have had. Our first bond violation, so I guess let me start up. Mr. Kabir is charged with driving while intoxicated. He was ordered as a condition of his bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. Sir, I'm up here. I'm not on the floor. Up more. Look at me. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questions and interviews of the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer be appointed to represent you, sir.
On July 4th at 3:49 a.m., officers observed a vehicle in a moving lane of traffic sitting idle with damage to the front passenger tire. The defendant was sitting in the driver's seat, slumped over and asleep. Officers woke the defendant and he exited the vehicle. He had red, bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and unsteady balance. Standard field sobriety test was conducted, and a 6 of 6 on the HGN, 4 of 8 on the walk and turn, and 0 of 4 on the one-leg stand. The defendant refused a breath sample, and blood warrant was obtained, and a blood sample was taken.
Are you on something now, Mr. Kabir?
No, Your Honor. I'm not.
How old are you, sir?
26.
What do you do for a living?
I'm the owner of a healthcare consulting firm.
Are we able to go send someone now, Tracy?
No.
Mr. Kabir, if you have a drug or alcohol problem, you better address it. Because if you don't, and I see it becomes an issue, I'm going to address it for you. I promise you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. May I?
Don't. The only thing I want to impart to you that the drugs and alcohol stop now. I'm making it a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or any illegal drugs. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail. If it becomes a repeated issue, I will put you in a rehab facility. I don't want to have to do that. My only concern is public safety. Do not drive if you don't have a license, and don't consume anything. Do you have a Texas driver license? Do you have valid liability insurance? Okay, we're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer.
There is a prior DWI from June of this year in Navarro County.
Okay. I'm ordering you now not to drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock. Are you currently on probation or parole or any kind of, for a DWI now?
No.
What's the status of that DWI? Do you have an open DWI right now? Okay, I'm now going to put a condition on your bond that you're not allowed to be out past 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. I'm going to put a GPS monitor on you so I know that you're not out in the middle of the night. Unfortunately, because of the hurricane, we're not allowed to have people tested right now and I think that you're on something now, Mr. Kabir.
I have bipolar and schizoaffective disorder. I have bipolar and...
Then alcohol is not helping the issue, Mr. Kabir. It's only going to exacerbate anything. No more. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, I'm not on any substances. I take multiple medications for my mental health issues, but I'm not on any unlawful or illegal substances. I'm only on prescribed medications.
Okay, no more alcohol. Do you understand?
Yes.
No smoking marijuana. If I test you for marijuana, are you going to test positive? Okay, don't. So, GPS with a 9 p.m. curfew for now, until we know that he's not out and about in the middle of the night. I'm going to have you now go to display. We're going to be signing a reset. After that, I will have you take your seat in the jury box, and then we'll be back with you shortly, Mr. Kabir. Okay, how's this? I put defendant must find full-time employment. Why are you trying to leave?
Sir, I was not trying to leave. I just need to use the restroom, so I wanted to request and ask the officer. I didn't want to disturb you while you were in the middle of session.
Right, don't disturb me, and you just can't walk out. You have to ask for permission. When you walk out, we issue warrants. Do you understand?
I wasn't looking to walk out whatsoever.
Okay, so tell me, you said you own a business.
Yes, sir.
What do you do exactly?
We help treatment centers, or we specialize in bringing in new patients into healthcare treatment centers, specifically alcohol and opioid addiction treatment centers.
You have a monthly income from this.
Yes, Your Honor.
How much money do you make a month?
Well, right now, the business is still in a growth stage, so we revenue, but I don't take personal income. I take a small amount of personal income, so you can say $2,000 to $3,000 per month as of current.
Where do you live?
At my parents' house.
Yet you drive a BMW.
Yes, Your Honor. The revenues of the business are over that amount.
Okay, so you need a lawyer to represent you in this. And it would behoove you to get one really, really quick, because one of the conditions on your other DWI is don't get in trouble and probably not to consume alcohol. Once this other jurisdiction learns of your new DWI, they're probably going to issue another warrant for your arrest. So you need a lawyer to represent you, and quick. So we're going to let you go today. And I'm telling you, no alcohol.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have an interlock that you're going to, within 3 days, you must get an interlock on your car. If I find that you have not put an interlock on your car, I'm going to put you in jail. And I'm going to tell you, with 2 open DWIs, I usually put bonds at around $25,000 in that time. So beware. You're skirting extremely thin ice at this point. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I will contact the interlock immediately. I have the information for it, but I don't know exactly the date that they'll be able to install it.
You must get it done within 3 days.
What if the company's not available to do it within those 3 days?
Well, then come back and let us know. Okay? But I'm not going to entertain any excuses. You also need a lawyer to represent you. So get on that as well. So as soon as you leave here, start researching that as well. State, does he have a DWI open elsewhere to refresh my memory, please? Mr. Salinas, did he not have a DWI?
He currently, yes, Your Honor,
He has an open DWI where?
in Navarro County.
And so we put conditions on him. I can't. Please, Felicia,
The most recent ones, Judge, or there's been a few that we've amended over time?
what are the current conditions now?
The current conditions now are a hearing court every time the case is set on docket, there's no new law violations. Install a IID device in a vehicle, no driving without permission of the court, no drugs, no alcohol, plan to obtain a SCRAM device, and to submit to drug and alcohol testing at the court's discretion.
Did he have a curfew as well?
No, Judge.
He originally had a curfew, Your Honor, but because there were no issues with that, we had it removed.
Okay.
Yes.
And so now our first bond violation report that we had was September 23rd, 2024. And in that one, he had been in lockout for failure, I guess, to pay. I don't know, which is weird because we normally always pay for all of them. A second bond violation report was filed January 6th, 2025. Where I guess he was in lockout again because due to no recalibration of the device. And we now, February 4th, 2025, have a third bond violation. And in this violation, the defendant was ordered to obtain a SCRAM device and to refrain from alcohol consumption and not tampering with the device. The defendant's SCRAM device has reported one consumption event that occurred on January 16th of 2025 at 11:55 p.m. It was also confirmed by a SCRAM analyst as well. Correct?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so.
Yes, Your Honor. So,
Yes.
So to begin with the first amended order for pretrial, so if the state wants a copy, I have a copy to show them, but.
Thank you.
Sure. So, Your Honor, just going to the very first order, as Your Honor just noted, usually agency fees are waived for that. However, the box on that for saying that the fees are waived, I believe were not checked on that. Further, Your Honor, the main purpose here for your determination of giving someone bond in the first place is to establish that they come back to court, so are they a flight risk, and then also are they a danger to the community. Now, Your Honor, if an interlock device is in lockout on a vehicle, it doesn't start. No one's driving that vehicle specifically. There's no way that they can. I can call a witness to testify that, but I know that you
But that doesn't
are aware of
exclude you
that.
from violating the conditions.
Your Honor,
Are you justifying that because of that you can just?
No, Your Honor, I'm trying to contextualize this because we've been here two prior settings before. I know you've concerned greatly about the number that it's at number 3 now. I'm trying to establish that the first and second, there was no indication of alcohol consumption or drug use during that time.
It wasn't working. How are we supposed to know?
And Your Honor, one of the two main points of determining what kind of bond, both the conditions and amount are, will they return to court and community safety? Here, my client who's being accused of DWI wasn't driving that vehicle. So it was impossible for him to be driving that vehicle, Your Honor. So I asked you to take that into account as far as public safety goes. As far as this latest bond violation, it's the state's burden to prove that my client violated his bond. All we have right now is a report by SCRAM, but no one is here to testify on behalf of. We can call that, Your Honor, but
Yeah.
sure.
Judge, I spoke with the defense counsel today, and he said that he was not requesting to have anybody come here to testify to the SCRAM device.
We have Felicia that can be called up as a witness to testify as to what happened with and whether he tested positive or not, whether he's consuming alcohol.
It's also the state's burden to prove that he did that. So that's, yeah.
Please.
Yes, Your Honor, we would call pretrial services, Ms. Felicia Charles.
Okay, ma'am, would you please come up and raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay.
So you have first amended order and then second, third amended pretrial supervisions and the board. So referencing the fourth amended order for pretrial supervision and bond conditions, what I'm showing you, do you recognize this? Yes. Can you tell us what this is and what are the conditions that are checked? These are,
Sorry, could you repeat what you just said?
Sorry, I said I don't know if she needs that. It was an extra paper.
Okay. I just want it on the record.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Yes, these are pretrial bond conditions, and these are listed as appear in court every time the case is set on docket unless the judge waives appearance. No new law violations, install ignition interlock within the vehicle, no driving without permission of the court, no drugs, no alcohol, and then to obtain, we do have a curfew of 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. and then a SCRAM device to be installed.
and so what we're showing you is what's been marked as State's Exhibit 1, and we'll tender this to defense for any objections.
No objections.
It admitted as one.
So in this case regarding the SCRAM device, can you tell us about that?
Yes, so what exactly about?
What is that? What's the standard procedure someone's supposed to do?
Yeah, so a SCRAM device is ordered and it tracks the,
Objection, Your Honor. The foundation, I believe the state is trying to ask her to testify as far as are you trying to establish her as like an expert on SCRAM?
And then I was not trying to establish her as an expert, just from her experience, what the SCRAM device is basically for, which she can testify to as a trial.
I'd ask that the court consider that as, that testimony as a layperson, not as for the purposes of establishing expertise.
So I want to know whether there's a violation for alcohol consumption. So, what day do we have any kind of hot blows? What's the amount? Do you have anything of that nature?
yes, so the report should have been provided to the bond violation email as well of the graph.
And I'm showing her now what's marked as state's.
For the exact amounts and everything, I would need to look at the report that was provided in the email.
Okay,
Okay.
please.
Have the graphs been printed, state, or she's just referring? Yeah, just so we can all agree on what she's referring to.
And I'm showing you what we marked as state's exhibit 6. Can you please tell us what this is?
So this is a SCRAM report sent back to us whenever the device information and data is pulled. And this is what the analysts observe for either tampers or consumption. And this is what they send us back if there is a confirmed tamper or consumption as per.
Okay, so this fairly accurately depicts an SCRAM for anybody that says this.
Yes.
We will tender defense for any objections and note that this has been, is it correct to say this has been emailed to defense prior to this date?
Yes.
Defense received it, no objection, Your Honor.
Okay, it'll be admitted.
Okay, so can you tell us about the specific dates in this report again that was given to defense prior to today of the basic dates that the SCRAM was not completed properly?
Yes, so the device seems to be fully functioning. And on January 17th, Friday, January 17th, the SCRAM device picked up a peak TAC of 0.078%. And then established a zero baseline once again for the dissipation rates of the alcohol at 9:05 a.m. on January 17th. Say it again. 9:05 a.m. January 17th, 0% THC was reestablished for the dissipation of alcohol.
Okay, and for those dates, the ones that match on what I'm showing you as State's Exhibit 2, the bond violation report, can you please, do you recognize this?
Yes.
Can you please read the details of the violations here?
Yes, it says the defendant was ordered to obtain a SCRAM device and to refrain from alcohol consumption and not tampering with the device. The defendant's SCRAM device has reported one consumption event. The confirmed alcohol consumption occurred on January 16, 2025 at 11:55 p.m. This information was received on 1/17/2025 and confirmed by a SCRAM analyst.
Thank you, we pass the witness.
Okay.
All right. Good morning. I just want to, if you could turn to, I believe it was the State's Exhibit 3, I think, for the SCRAM non-compliance report, the cover page. Do you see that? Yeah, what she has right there. Oh, is it 6? Okay. Would you stay, since you're close, would you give that to her? Thank you. So just looking at the cover page there, can you read who the agent is on this report?
Justice Turner.
Are you Justice Turner?
No.
Have you consulted with Ms. Turner about this report?
Through the emails, yes, for the bond violation report and the.
What exactly did those conversations include?
The entire.
So
that was provided.
let me, sorry, that was a poorly phrased question.
I'm sorry,
No,
I don't understand.
that's my fault. Don't worry about it. My question is, did she consult with you when compiling this report?
Would you be more specific?
Did you help in the assembly of this report?
No,
Okay. Have you ever assisted or aided in the assembly of a SCRAM systems non-compliance report?
no, no one.
No, no one in the department does. Okay. And do you have any sort of, have you ever worked for SCRAM systems?
No,
Have you ever had any special training in SCRAM systems?
yes.
What is that training?
I actually met with Ronald Grant from Sentinel, the regional representative, about maybe 2 months ago to get an advanced knowledge of this device. This is one of the very few devices that I do have advanced knowledge in, but not expertise.
Sure. And what exactly did this person teach you?
We went
Briefly.
through how to read the graph, kind of how to establish consumption versus a tamper, environmental factors versus consumption, et cetera.
Okay. So during that training, did you ever actually look at a physical device, the SCRAM device?
No,
So you didn't do any like live experiments where, like, for instance, you put on a SCRAM and then, drank alcohol to see how that works?
no.
No, okay. And as far as Mr. Kabir's SCRAM device, have you examined it prior to this hearing?
Me personally, no.
Okay. And so is it fair to say that you've been thoroughly trained on the theory of SCRAM device and alcohol detection?
What do you?
Is that fair to say? That you're, let me rephrase that. So, you don't have any actual technical experience with how the SCRAM device detects alcohol in someone's skin. Is that fair to say?
Think?
I don't want you to think. Is it yes or
I
no?
still don't understand.
I'm trying to understand too.
Do I not understand how a SCRAM device works, or have I not for myself? And
Sure. So, this is pretty, is it fair to say like the science is kind of advanced here? Like when you received your training, did you have the personal opinion that was advanced science that you were learning about?
I believe so.
Okay. And you don't, so basically it sounds like your training, and correct me if I'm wrong here, your training was mostly so you could be able to make sense of what a report says and not necessarily how the actual device itself works. Is that fair to say?
Partially, yes.
Okay. What am I partially wrong about?
For yes, reading the graphs, but then also what kind of would entail, what would mess with the device.
Okay.
Essentially, as well with tampers, environmental factors with that, makeup or placing something between the skin, how things are worked around with the device, how people evade from, having the correct reading on the device.
Sure. And so that's, you basically learned that all in theory, right? There were no withdraw that question. So I'm just saying there was no actual, you didn't look at any studies. Did you read any studies when you did this? Okay.
I actually met with him due to another case. I wanted to further understand it, so we examined the report for that.
Wow.
And also reviewed some of the peer review articles.
Well, that's great. I'm glad that you want to, a lot of people won't. They'll just kind of do their jobs, right? I'm glad that you want to further knowledge, but what I'm trying to get at is it's fair to say that knowing how something works in theory and actually examining the actual thing itself, the practicality of it is different, right? Do you agree with that statement?
Yes.
Okay, so without actually having examined in your own personal observation how a SCRAM device detects alcohol in someone's system, it seems that, is this fair to say that you're very, very well versed on theory, which is probably more than some other people, but not necessarily on the practicality of detection?
Question asked and answered.
Okay, just, let's go.
Just ask a question. I don't know if that was an objection or sustained or
Let's just move on. I mean, we're here to see, is there a positive low or not? She's testifying that there was.
Sure. I'm just saying that this, I'll make my argument in closing. I don't have any further questions. Thank you.
Okay, closing, or wait, hold on. Anything further from the witness?
Two very quick questions, Your Honor. So do you get notifications if the SCRAM device has been tampered with?
Yes, we get notified of tampers and consumption events.
And you get notifications if it's been cut off? Like, just what's been going on with the SCRAM device? You get those notifications?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
Matt,
No further questions, Your Honor.
okay, thank you so much. Okay, argument.
So, Your Honor, this is a pretty basic, simple case. The bond violation report is evidence the defendant was ordered to obtain a SCRAM device and to refrain from alcohol consumption and not tampering with the device. The defendant's SCRAM device was reported on one consumption event. This happened January 16th of this year at 11:55 p.m. and this information was received on January 17th of this year at 5:18 a.m. And clearly, there were up to 4 amended orders for pretrial supervision and bond conditions. It was obvious which the defendant was supposed to do, and he directly violated those orders, was evident by the pretrial services and bond violation report. So it's pretty clear here that we would be asking to revoke bonds in this case.
And we would just like to urge that this is a fair and convincing standard, as I already know, Judge, and it's not beyond a reasonable doubt. I don't think that we need a scientist here to prove that the SCRAM device is a device that can be depended on.
Okay.
Yeah, Your Honor, I agree with State insofar as this is a simple matter. Where we disagree is, I think a scientist was needed. I think someone who actually has the technical know-how of how this violation report came to be. The state did have that standard of clear and convincing to prove that my client violated this. So far, all we have is a piece of paper that is, at least for right now, is supposed to have been prepared by someone else who is not here to testify. There's no ability to cross-examine them on their expertise, on any notions of false positives, on any issues that a technical expert would actually know about the device. And without that, Your Honor, I think it's very clear that the state failed to prove their burden of proof that my client consumed alcohol. And I would ask that, Your Honor, again, not revoke the bond, keep it as is. My client's here. There hasn't been any warrants for his arrest issued since he's been coming to this court. And in the allegations itself of the underlying offense, there is no allegations of injuries or accident to persons. So again, just taking into account that you need to take into consideration flight risk and safety of the community. Nothing that's been established here in this hearing or outside of this hearing should lead the court to believe that my client is a flight risk or a danger to the community. With that, I'd ask that you not revoke the bond, Your Honor.
And Judge, these devices are used.
Say it again.
These devices are used all the time.
Well, their use all the time is
Just so-
irrelevant to needing an expert to testify on that.
Absolutely. I absolutely appreciate your tenacity. I have done everything in my power not to revoke his bond. He is on bond for a DWI in another county. He picked up a DWI here. He's had not one violation. On the first violation, I didn't take him in. He had a second violation. I didn't take him in. Now he has a third violation. It would be unreasonable for me not to. I told you that there was no tolerance in this case. You yet refuse to comply with bond conditions. I find by clear and convincing evidence that you refuse to comply with bond conditions, and I have bent over backwards not to put you into custody. But now we have a positive blow. We have someone who has testified to it, and I believe it. So, I am now revoking your bond. He goes with you.
We have the positive THC or stuff.
He had a positive THC, right?
Yeah,
As well.
that we sent him earlier this week.
He also tested positive for
THC.
marijuana as well.
Well, Your Honor.
Yeah, this week.
That wasn't, are we still on the record then? On the, okay. Well, I would also want someone to come testify about that, Your Honor, but you know, that I'll make, I know, but I know you already made your ruling, but I was ready to testify on that because they don't have anything on chain of custody on the test itself on whether it tests cannabinoids, which Delta 8, hemp, There are a bunch of things that are THC related that could pop positive for THC that aren't THC.
Regardless, we admonish him not to put anything in his body that doesn't have any delta, whatever. Regardless, it's number 3, goes with you. Off the record. Sorry. Thank you, but I just can't, with an open DWI and a third, that's it. I can't just keep doing it, you know? At some point, I become an enabler, and I can't do that. I can't keep doing it, you know? So.
Well, I mean, Your Honor, I understand you're revoked the bond. Would you consider raising it to?
Well, I am going to raise it, right? I'm going to raise it to 7503 now.
Well, and look, I'll just, if you could take this into account, Your Honor. This is a hired client. You know, he has every intention of taking this case to trial. So I would, you know, just, I'm not Chief, Your Honor. So if you could keep that into consideration on that.
It's, you know, and it's
I understand.
representing him in Navarro too.
No, I'm in touch with his counsel there, but no, I'm not representing him there. Yeah.
But tell him this, that he's lucky that he didn't revoke him on the first 2 cases, considering that he has an open, you know, really, because, and I'm telling you now, I don't know how I didn't, but I can't just keep doing it. I can't.
75.
7503.